problem with achieving financial freedom, well, there are a number really. First of all, it's very, very difficult to save money to invest. It seems to be that as quickly as we save money, cost of living goes up, goods become more expensive, there's demands on our time and there's demands on our money, all of the forever. The family are placing demands on our time, and it makes it very, very difficult to find that money that we can invest. And when we do get money that we could invest, then for most of us, the only route that we have is to the high street. And currently, probably the best return that you can get in the high street is a Santander 123 account. And once you save £3,000, you're given the princely return of 3% per annum. And there's nothing really else out there. Lloyds Bank have announced their cash ISA returns for the coming year, and the returns on that, I think the best you can get on it is about 2.7%, and that's a cash ISA, and that's for a 4-year investment of your money. They're tying it up for 4 years. So it almost gets to the point that if inflation's running at 2.5%, then the interest rate that we're getting on the money that we're saving isn't even keeping pace with inflation. So in real terms, over the course of the year, our money finishes up being worth less. So why are we saving it? And that becomes a big challenge for us. So if we wanted to find better returns for our money, if we wanted to self-invest it, then we need the expertise. Now, I've been lucky because I had time to do this, and I built some knowledge and experience in working this through. But many of us don't have that time and the opportunity. We don't know where to start. So we finish up being locked into a vicious circle. And the whole thing about sporting arbitrage and the Winning Express is it's a club which is designed to produce returns for all of its members and to have a bit of fun in doing it as we move forward. Let's just talk about some of the myths that sit around Winning Express and sporting arbitrage. One of the ones that I get most often is, if it sounds too good to be true, it's got to be a scam or it's illegal. Well, my experience of looking at alternative investments is that if you look at things and you study them, then you can see from other people's experience that these kind of returns can be achieved. Richard Branson made a post some time ago on Twitter that said, if something's too good to be true, do it and then work out how it's done. And I think that's fairly true. But I think with anything like this, if it does sound too good to be true, then you should go in carefully. You should never put all of your funds into something until you're really, really comfortable with it. And one of the things that I would always say to anybody that I sponsor into the network is, well, put a little bit in to start with. Run it, take money out, put more money in, and make sure it works. Make sure you're comfortable with it before you go to a higher level of investment. The other thing as well is that if, a lot of people sort of say, because this is betting, it's offshore, well, it's got to be illegal. Well, all I would say is, if you go to the Winning Express website and look down the left-hand side of the screen, there's a button that's on there that actually gives you future events. It gives you an events diary. And if you go through that events diary, you'll see that Winning Express sponsors very, very visibly quite a large number of horse race meetings. And what that means is the Winning Express branding is all over the place. It's around the ring, it's on the course, and if this kind of thing was illegal, or if it was a scam in some way, shape or form, I'm pretty sure that they keep a very, very low profile. And one of the things that you'll see over time is that Winning Express doesn't keep a low profile. It's proud of what it does. It wants us to be involved. It wants us to be proud of what's there, and it also wants us to have some fun as well. And of course, we've got the two racehorses. We've got Winning Express and Express himself, and both of those race quite regularly. I think they start racing in May, and again, those are in the events program. And if this was again a scam or it was illegal, they wouldn't be spending that kind of money, and they wouldn't be undertaking those kinds of activities. The other myth that we have, well, it's gambling. And people seem to use this word an awful lot. And my argument is, no, this is not gambling. It's betting, but it's not gambling. Gambling is when you take £1,000 and put it on 100 to 1 outsider, knowing you've probably got next to no chance of winning any money. Now, sporting arbitrage, it is sports betting, but the arbitrage process is far from gambling. It's a no-loss trading technique that's based on a mathematical formula, and providing that the traders follow the rules, you can't lose, but you will not always win. And I think there's a difference there. So we shouldn't be put in a losing position, but we're not going to win every single time that an arbitrage bet is actually placed. So, and in simple terms, there's quite a good description on the website as to what arbitrage is all about. So, and we hear from other people things about different myths and about the gambling, and hopefully as we go through, a number of you will post some of these as questions, and we'll see if we can give you some kinds of answers as we move through the webinar itself. So, what should you know about Winning Express and sporting arbitrage? Well, it's a networking opportunity with a big difference. First of all, the profits that you make from the sporting arbitrage investment is tax-free. The commissions you earn through Winning Express for membership fees, and the commissions you earn on the money that your network put into sporting arbitrage, you should declare and pay tax. So it's only the money that you earn on sporting arbitrage, the average of 2% a month, which is tax-free. So anything else, the commissions you earn around the site, they're really, really good. They're a great bonus as we move further. And the other thing about the networking that we have here is that it's got this huge residual income. The commissions are very, very high, they're very, very generous, and they continue. And every time somebody renews their membership, you get paid again. So if somebody's in for a year, you get paid 4 times. And if somebody is working and depositing money, then again at your first level you get a one-off payment of 2%, and you're also getting your 0.5% a month moving forward. So this is a really, really different approach to networking. Now, from personal experience, I know that these tax-free returns are genuine. I'm getting these myself as we go forward. And it really is a no-risk return, which is giving on average of 2% per month, as we said. And there's a great video on the website by Steve Claridge, the ex-professional footballer, which again highlights this and shows how it works as we move forward. Now, again, we've talked vaguely and generally about these earnings opportunities, but just imagine a network where the earnings potential is unlimited. There's no cap on what you can earn. The earnings are paid weekly, and you get full promotional support from a company that's determined to achieve financial independence for its members. And that's actually stated in the mission statement. And that's what they really want to help us all achieve for ourselves. And it's a true day one opportunity. What do we mean by day one opportunity? Day one opportunity is that once you sign somebody up, you earn money. You don't have to wait for them to do something. You don't have to wait for a period of time. As soon as people sign up, as soon as you deposit money, you're earning money. And it's a true day one opportunity. So, here's another question for you. And again, Henry, would you like to switch the poll on for me? Okay, here's your second question.
Yes.
So, we need motivated, imaginative people who genuinely intend to become financially independent. Is this you? And again, if you could just respond by clicking a yes or a no, and Henry will monitor that for me.
I think we have some technical challenges with that poll, Neil. For some reason, it's not coming up. We may have to skip this one. Sorry about that, guys.
Everybody just cheer if you want to achieve financial freedom, and I'll listen out and see if I can hear you.
Yes, so if we could please use the chat button to type in yes or no, we should be able to pick that up. There we go. I think I managed to get it sorted now. Second launch. Woo!
There we go.
Cool. Fantastic. 63% voted, 69%. Come on, guys. Wow. 73% have already voted. Great. This is good news, Neil. Out of everyone on the call, by the way, guys, the vote doesn't actually look at who actually says what. It just looks at the total number and gives out a percentage. And currently we have 78% people, 80% have actually voted, and 98% says yes, 2% no.
They
So
want
I
to
think
achieve
majority.
financial freedom. Yeah. Then, and again, I think what we're saying is that we're in the right place. It'd be really, really nice to be able to get to wake up in the morning and actually have the choice of not going to work, and that we can do other things with our time, and we've got real opportunity to do what we want rather than what other people want us to do. Okay, let's just have a brief overview of the products that are within the offering. Well, first of all, we've got the sports betting advice, and when you sign up for your first 90 days. If you sign up as an associate, you pay your £99 and you get access to two services. You get the sports betting advice, and you've got two choices with this. Now, what will happen is that you will get text messages giving you advice as to what you should bet and what you should bet on and how much you should bet. Now, not being from that kind of background, I don't really understand that. But if I was going to use this service, then I would use the managed service. And that managed service, and the betting advice, if you follow the results, has returned around 10 to 12% a month. But it can lose. You can have winning months, you can have losing months, you can have winning quarters, and you can have losing quarters. So you need to be sure in your own mind as to whether you can place some of your funds at risk. The general feeling is that over the course of the year, and our guest this evening will maybe give us a little bit a better picture as to what happens with this, because I know that he uses it. It can be a good way of getting very, very good returns very quick. But for bulk of us, it will be sporting arbitrage. And sporting arbitrage is designed to produce, on average, of over 2.2% per month, month in, month out. It's consistently done that. There's an agreement which says that the return rates won't be changed without 6 months' notice. So they're giving us a very, very clear view. And on the website again, there's a section which explains how that return is calculated and the kind of things that could affect it. Now, before Christmas, the football programme got quite decimated. But sorry, no, it was the racing programme got decimated because of the weather. But leading up to Christmas, there was a good football programme, and the football programme, it created lots of opportunities for arbitrage, and that kept the numbers up. It kept the number of stakes up, and the results were very, very high. So they use lots of different tools and techniques to make sure that we get the returns of over 2% per month as we move through. Now, as far as the commissions are concerned, it's a very, very much an open-ended commission structure with no limits. In saying that, your membership commissions are paid on 8 levels. If people create 9 levels or 10 levels, okay, you don't get paid on those. But in terms of the amount of people you can have at any one level, that's completely limitless. So your earnings, to a degree, to a very, very high degree, are very, very much limitless. So if you introduce somebody below you, then you earn £30 on level 1. If they introduce somebody, you earn 15, and then so it goes down through the network itself. So you can see that it pays funds right down through the 8 levels. But in terms of the structure that runs horizontally, there's no limit to how many people you can have on any particular level. Now, if you just introduce 2 people at every level, then you can see that your income from this would be £1,860 a quarter. And that's not to be sneezed at. Now, bearing in mind that I'm going to get that 4 times a year. So, that's getting on pretty, it's over £7,500 just for having introduced somebody the first time, and then they've done their bit, the people below them have done their bit, and this is genuinely about earning money while you're asleep. So it's just happening in the background. But if we're really lucky, and we put a bit of effort into this, and we get 3 people at every level, then that's £31,500 a quarter. That's a lot of money. That's over £120,000 a year. Now, if I can get my part of the network to do that, I will be absolutely delighted. Because I know then that each year I'm going to have an income of £120,000 before I've even done anything. And anything else that I earn from sporting arbitrage or from the sporting arbitrage commissions is just icing on the cake. And it's really, really nice to have that. Because that is genuinely achieving financial freedom. Now, not only do you get the commissions that we've talked about on membership, we also talked about this one-off bonus of 2% of the initial deposits made by your Tier 1 people. So when you sign somebody up and they pay their £99, you get your £30 as your commission on the membership fee. And let's say they then deposit £1,000. You get a one-off bonus of 2% of that fund. And that 2% does not come from the capital that the person invests. They still get the full £1,000 invested in sporting arbitrage. It comes from the profits that are being held by Winning Express and sporting arbitrage. And providing that £1,000 stays in as an investment, then you continue to get 0.5% of this deposit each month on an ongoing basis. So again, as people's funds grow, as they deposit more money, then you can see that there's an awful lot of money that you can make just from the deposits that people are making as well. And if you're putting that into your sporting arbitrage account and earning over 2% a month on it, you can't look back. All you can do is look forward, and every month you can just see your funds growing and growing and growing. And if you get down to, and there's also an option at level 2, that you get 0.25% each month of a deposit made by Tier 2 people, and that can be accessed once you achieve ambassador status. Now, for those of you who've actually already signed up, you'll notice that, that there's on your Winning Express members page, there is a safe. And if you've not signed anybody up yet, if you open the safe, it's empty. But if you've signed people up and they've signed people up and they've made deposits, you'll start to see that there's funds going into that. And that's the money that you're earning and is being saved for you until you achieve ambassador status. And to get ambassador status, you have to fill 3 levels. So you've got to be you've got to be three people at Tier 1, 9 people at Tier 2, and 27 people at Tier 3. You then upgrade your membership to executive, and then that releases the funds that are in that safe into your sporting arbitrage account. So, what other incentives are there? Well, we've talked about the tax-free returns. We've talked about huge commission earnings potential. Now, Winning Express are introducing from this month a monthly prize draw, and the prize draw is for everybody at Pioneer level. And to be a Pioneer, you have to be a paid-up member, and you have to have 2 people. So all you've got to have 2 people in your first tier, and that qualifies you for Pioneer status. And then you'll go into the monthly draw, and the draw is for £1,000, and that £1,000 will be added to your sporting arbitrage account, and you will be able to either leave it in as an investment, or you can withdraw it through the normal withdrawal process. You put your request in and the funds are paid into your bank account in a 14-day period. Now, let me just go back a second. There's also other incentives that happens. Some of you may have actually realised that in the early part of this year, there was a competition that was run for the highest number of personal introductions. And the prize for that was an expenses paid trip to Dubai for the World Cup, which is the Dubai World Cup, which is the richest horse race in the world. And my wife and I were lucky enough to win that prize. So there are all kinds of other incentives that come along periodically, because, you know, again, in terms of the mission statement, it is about getting results for everybody. It is about getting income. It is about getting financial freedom, but it's also about having fun. And that really was a fun event. So, sponsorship. Sponsorship is really the process, the terminology that Winning Express use for you bringing people into your network at the levels below you. Now, once you've joined, you have your own affiliate link. And when you give somebody that affiliate link and they click on it, it takes them to what appears to be the Winning Express website. But when they click the Join Now page on Winning Express, as they scroll down, what they'll find is that the introducer code has already been inserted into that application form. So it means that nobody that you introduce, provided you've given them your affiliate code, can sign up under anybody else. And I think that's really is a real strong way of making sure that the people you bring in sign up under you, and that you earn the commission that you do. So when someone subscribes by your site, you're automatically informed, you're credited with the appropriate commission, and you can check your running total 24/7. And it does actually happen quite quickly at times. So you're constantly in touch with what's happening within your network. And you can make, from the commission side and the money that you make on the membership fees, you can make 2 withdrawals per month. And these are paid on a Friday. So providing you request funds earlier in the week, then when you get up on Friday morning, you'll find that money is already in your bank account, ready for you to do what you would like to do with it. Now, what does the website offer? Well, again, you've got your own personal username and password to log in to the back office, to your unique set of numbers, managing your account on both Winning Express and on the Sporting Arbitrage side as well. You get your affiliate site that you can use to promote your business. Now, what I've done with my affiliate link is I bought a URL, a website URL. So I bought a URL called www.taxfreeprofits.info. And that's what I give to people, and I've masked that over the top of my affiliate link. So all I've got to do, I don't have to remember this long name, which is essentially www.winningexpress / and then whatever link whatever name you've signed up on. All I have to do is to use taxfreeprofits.info, and that directs people to the Winning Express website, to my part of the Winning Express website. So it might be worthwhile thinking about using something like that as well. You get automatic notification when commission is earned. You don't have to ask for commission. You get told straight away as soon as that commission is available to you. And again, like I said, you're able to withdraw that commission twice a month. And again, you can track and monitor your network. There's a family tree that gradually builds up. There's you at the top, there's your tier 1 underneath, and then if you click on the individual, then their tier builds up underneath them, and so it goes down and down and down. For my network members, then I communicate with them probably once a week, and again within the network section of the website, I've got their email addresses, so all I need to do is just copy it and paste it in, and it just moves forward very, very quickly and very, very seamlessly. And all of your results are updated daily. So you can, and again, when I say the results, the betting results and the forecasts that are going on, what they're doing tomorrow, then you can see it's just all the information is there. But let's just have a look at some case studies. Now, there's 3 case studies here. The first case study is me. And what I've got here is a case study for you, which is what I call a no money down account. So in this particular account, there's actually none of my own money. This account was opened in the middle of December, and you can see the returns that we've got. So the account was opened on the 12th of December, and these figures are correct as of Sunday. So I've earned on commission since the 12th of December £510. I currently have £111 in the account. So where's the rest of the money? Well, I put £99 in for my membership fee, and as soon as I got £100, I took it out. Because I didn't want to use any of my own money in there. And I've withdrawn the rest, and I've spent it and put it in sport and arbitrage. And here you can see, down here, you can see my safe, and I've opened the safe, and you can see there's some money in there. And that's the money that is there for the future. I've got 14 people subscribe at level 1, 2 subscribe at level 2, and I've got nobody below that at the moment. And that's what I'm working on moving forward. And then in my sport and arbitrage account, my current balance is £705 and 37 pence. So that's the £700.84 that you can see here, plus the money from that's in the safe. Now, all of this money here has been earned from commissions for the deposits that people have made at my level 1. And you can see here that I earned £4.53 on the 26th of February. So the money that was in February, there was only a couple of £100 in there at that particular point, has earned me £4.53. So that's moving forward, and it's working well as it grows. Now, the gentleman that introduced me was Peter Roebuck, and you can see here Peter's account. He joined on the 30th of January 2013. And since then, in commissions on membership, he's earned £2,856. And he's got £235 in there because he's an executive member, so his membership fees are a little bit higher than ours. And again, at the bottom here, you can see that he's got 7 subscribed people on level 1, 22 on level 2, 23 on level 3. And he's earning money from that. Now, in terms of his account, now this is a little bit small, so what I've done is I've overlaid it to make it a little bit clearer. He started off by putting £100 in on the 17th of January 2013. He's now got £4,121 in there. And the total account that he's got, the current balance, you can see here is £4,563 and 72 pence. And when he hits the ambassador status, the money that's in that safe is going to come over and get invested into this sport and arbitrage fund for him. And the third one is a gentleman by the name of Chris Miller. Now, Chris has been in this program for 2 years, and he sits at the top of my network. So Peter's directly above me, and above Peter is Chris. And Chris has got over 240 people in his network. And if you look carefully at this, you'll see that on the 11th of May 2012, he deposited £10,000 into his account. And his current balance on this account is £63,100. And I'd just like to say, well done, Chris, because that's absolutely amazing. And I'd love to be able to try and emulate that over the course of a couple of years. Now, I did say that we've got a special guest, and if Henry can open the mic for him, we've actually got Chris Miller on the line. So, Chris, can you hear me?
Hello, Chris, can you hear me?
Hello Neil, hello Henry. Welcome everybody.
Chris. How are you? Chris, would you like to share a little bit of your experiences over the past 2 years?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that, Neil, and well done. Great presentation, by the way. My background, I've spent the last 17 years working in network marketing, and the majority of that time has been with products, mainly in the health field. And it took me a long time to realise that when you're dealing with products, you're only really as good as your last product sale. So each month you have to keep going out and searching for new customers. And 2 years ago, I got introduced to the Winning Express, and the thing that really attracted me to this business was the fact that it was a service. And if the service did what it said on the tin and delivered, which it does, the members don't mind paying the subscriptions when they come due every quarter. And that was quite different for me from what I'd previously experienced, because every network I've been involved in, I've only been involved in 3, but they all had a very high rate of attrition. So as quickly as you put people in one end, they were falling out the other end when it came to renewal time. Now, this is very different with this network that we have with the Winning Express and Sporting Arbitrage. Because the services deliver what they promise to do, then members are quite happy to keep paying that subscription. And what does that mean in terms of a networker is that, well, basically you've done the work once, but you get paid residual income every time that subscription gets paid. And as Neil mentioned, you don't even have to ask for it. You get an email to inform you that that subscription has been paid. And, you know, there's a famous quote from the American billionaire John Paul Getty, and he said, "I'd rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own." And I think that's really sums up what networking is about, helping us other people achieve success, and it's inevitable that you'll become successful. Now, the other thing that really excited me about the concept that Winning Express have created is the fact that it very much relies on compounding as a feature. And Albert Einstein made the comment, he said that compounding was the 8th wonder of the world. Those who understand it earn it, and those who don't pay it. And I thought about that for a minute, and I thought, the two things, compounding and networking, are a very powerful combination. Put them together and really there is no limit. You know, we've got a compensation plan that doesn't restrict us in how wide we can go, therefore how unlimited our earnings can be. And this is actually manifesting itself now. And with networking, sometimes in the early days you don't always get paid what you worth. But if you keep going at it, it's inevitable that you'll get to a critical mass. A bit like building a snowman. When you get that snowball rolling, it gets to a certain stage, you can't stop it rolling down the hill even if you wanted to. And I think Winning Express is actually starting to achieve that critical mass now, because we've had some very exciting things happen recently. Very recently we've managed to do an affinity program with Sheffield Wednesday Football Club, and that's really good news. So we're hoping to get the Sheffield fan base coming on board as members of Winning Express, and helping the club with, because the club has signed in as a member, and helping the club achieve funds, and also helping themselves achieve some tax-free income in the process as well. And remember, what we've got with Winning Express, we don't have any competition. There's nobody else doing what Winning Express does in terms of the arbitrage and the sports advisory services. One of the things, if I may, Neil, I'd just like to say congratulations to one of my downline, Graham Barton. I know Graham will be listening on the call tonight. Well done. Graham's actually achieved the position of ambassador status, and I hope you don't mind me saying, Graham, that you were well rewarded with your safe. It released, I think, just in excess of £6,000 today from your safe into your arbitrage account. That was a combination of the 0.25% that have been accumulated over the months, plus a £500 bonus for achieving that. So well done, Graham.
That's really, really good. Well done, Graham.
Totally deserved. Yeah. I don't have a great deal else to say, Neil, other than obviously my account is compounding. Not everybody chooses to compound. Some members actually decide to take an income out on a monthly basis. My partner, Trudy, she actually takes out every month. She takes an income out tax-free, which is great because it means she doesn't have to do any work. Which
she just sends you out instead.
She sends me out instead.
Okay, Chris, could you stay along for a little while?
Yes, of
Just
course.
let me finish off a couple more slides, and then
Yeah,
we'll go
fine.
into the questions and answers. And then if
Brilliant.
you'd like to join us for the questions and answers, that would be lovely.
Yes, thank you, Neil.
Okay, thanks, Chris. We'll be back to you in a minute. Okay, I think I just find Chris quite inspirational, quite useful. He's very accessible. That, you know, if you're part of the network, then you'll get hold of him. I'll give you his number even if he doesn't. But you know, he's a wealth of information and experience that can help us all in building our networks. Okay, let's just move on and just get this moving forward. So let's just remind ourselves what we need to do. You need to sign up with, using your sponsors, the affiliate link that they're giving you in the next 48 hours. You know you're going to get the tax-free income. You're going to get your 2% a month, 90-day money-back guarantee, your affiliate site, and the bonus of the Getting Started pack, which we've talked about. And I said to you that there was a special bonus that would make growing your network very, very easy. Well, if you found this webinar of use to you, then the people that you will introduce will find this webinar of use to them. And what we're going to do is, if you sign up with that sponsor in the next 48 hours, we'll give you the access code to this webinar so that you can share it with those that you wish to sponsor. And this is a real, true, fast-track way of building your network. And this webinar we plan to run every week. So you'll get the access codes to the webinar going forward, so you can just invite your people to it. You do the work, though. You know, you convince them that, you know, sporting arbitrage is the way to move forward, and then they can come along and they can understand then what the business opportunity is and how they can help you and themselves to build their network. Okay. Right. If you can, you know, it's all about helping you to get to where you want to be quickly, and I think we all want to achieve that financial goal of financial freedom. And if you can do that, then you'll cover your quarterly memberships fees in no time at all. I think I covered my £99 that I put in. I think I withdrew my £100 within 2 weeks. I actually withdrew before Christmas. So you know, you can do exactly the same as I've done. So as soon as we finish, use the link that has been supplied by your sponsor, the affiliate link that they're giving you, to sign up.